Oh, before I go on and have you complete this class yourself, I want to jump back over to the main program and now see again how this arena class is getting used. So again, you can see I'm creating an arena object. I called it TC. It's short for target center. I'm just picking that arena. Okay, and then you can see I'm calling methods on it. So I'm taking that TC object, I'm calling set capacity to 15,000. So what that will actually do is basically set the capacity variable for that particular object, for the target center object, to be 15,000. And again, keep in mind, I can create another arena object down here called something else, Wells Fargo Arena, and I can set the capacity of that to whatever it is, 13,000. And these are completely different things, right? Each object has its own copy of this capacity variable. So every object that's created will have its own capacity. So I'm calling set capacity. What actually happens when I call set capacity is it actually runs this code, set capacity, for the particular object, okay, for that particular TC object. Okay, then I'm calling set name. I'm setting target center. Again, what that does is that actually calls this, oh, I don't have it on here, but it would call this set name method over here and actually set that name right there for that particular object to target center. Okay, I'm calling TC increase capacity 1000. That's actually calling this method right here, okay, for the particular object that I'm calling it on, which is the TC object. I'm increasing capacity by 1000. And you can see what happens here. Let's see if I can grab my pen. It's just like any other method call we've been dealing with. Ooh, that 1000 actually comes over here, goes into AMT, okay, because I'm passing in that argument, and it goes over here, and that AMT parameter takes on that value. And then I'm calling this line right here, which says increase capacity by add the amount that was passed in, 1000, to the current capacity, which would be 15,000 that I had done earlier. And so then capacity now becomes 16,000. So when this line of code runs, it actually sets the capacity to 16,000 for this particular object, TC. So capacity would be 16,000, and then you can see I'm printing out a couple of things, and all I'm doing is doing a print line, and I say tc.getName. So what that does is that actually comes over and calls the getName method over here, which I didn't write, but all it does is return the name. So the actual name would come back, and that would actually, so this whole thing would be replaced by the name, which we said earlier, which is target center. And then I'm putting a space, and then I'm calling TC get capacity. So again, this thing is going to call this method right here, get capacity, and all that does is it returns the capacity, which at this point in time is 16,000. So this line would actually print out target center space 16,000 in this particular case. Okay? All right, so now what I want you to do is I want you to create a very, very simple class. We're only just going to choose one variable for now. I want you to finish this basketball player class, and I want you to have one variable to store the total number of points that that basketball player has scored in a season. Let's say we're just going to keep track of their total all along. Now, obviously, we want to have a lot more variables than that to keep track of the number of points they scored in every game and so on and so forth. But for now, let's just have one variable for a total number of points. And then let's have a few methods. We want to have a basic getter and setter. So very similar to these, where we're going to have something where you can set the number of points and get the number of points. And then we're going to have one method that will increase the number of points. Okay, so again, let's say that a basketball player currently has 1,000 points, and now they score 20 more. So we would want to be able to call increase points and pass in the value 20, which would now increase their point total to 1,020. Okay, so you need variable up here to keep track of their total number of points for the season. You can call it whatever you want. And then we need three methods. We need a getter and a setter, okay, to set the number of points, to get the number of points, and then we need a one that's called increase something, increase total number of points or something like that will actually increase the number of points. So all you need to do really is look over here. I've got two variables up here. You're only going to have one, but see if you can basically use this as an example to do the same type of things for this basketball player class. So pause the video now, and then after you get done, I'll go through the solution.